We need to get feedback as we hear God's voice and we learn to discern God's voice with more clarity. Part of the dilemma in learning to hear God's voice is that we need outside feedback in order to discern if we are in fact hearing from God. See, if it stays with me internally, I'll never know if I'm actually hearing from God. I might really feel something is true, but without that outside confirmation, I'll just never know. We should seek as much feedback from outside sources as possible as we learn to hear God's voice more clearly. The gifts of the Spirit are not optional for Christians in their walk with God and being conformed to the image of Christ. They're part of it. Each time we operate in the gifts, especially the greater gifts, we are taking a risk and we have the opportunity to get feedback on how we're hearing from God. If we believe God is saying for us to go and tell the clouds and the rain to go, we can go and we can do that. If the clouds go, that's our external feedback and we know that we were hearing from God. If the clouds don't go, then we know that we weren't hearing from God. It's pretty much that simple. If we've gotten into a bad habit in the church, especially in charismatic Christianity, that we try to come up with excuses when we don't hear from God. Rather than admitting that we or our friends didn't actually hear from God, we make excuses. We'll say stuff like, well, maybe God meant he was going to remove the clouds somewhere else. Or we'll say that it was meant for another time. It's okay to say that we missed it. I know it can sting a little bit. Again, God never said this was going to be easy or comfortable all the time. Take the sting and learn from it. Many times we will not have to ask for feedback. Either the clouds will move or they won't. Either the girl will get up out of that wheelchair or she's not going to get up out of that wheelchair. Either way, it's feedback. And these are examples of the external feedback that I'm talking about. And we have to be honest about how people respond to the words we give them and how we pray for them. If the person no longer needs crutches or it's obvious that they were healed or that the word landed, we celebrate with them. Other times, we're going to have to pay a little bit more attention. If you ask the person if they feel better and the response wavers, take note of this. That's not the time to celebrate. If they say that their pain went from a 5 out of 10 to a 4 out of 10, you need to use some discernment. Many people will say that they feel a little bit better because they don't want to make us feel bad. That's feedback. Don't pretend like a miracle happened when it didn't. Generally, when we give a word to someone, we're going to get one of the following 3 responses. At times, it'll be obvious that the person has been touched by God. If the person seems genuinely amazed, we can be sure that we heard from God correctly and delivered it as well. We can also tell when we got it right from their physical response. If he or she falls down weeping, we can be sure that we were hearing from God. If they don't respond, we should ask them for feedback. Some people will tell us that we got it right. And again, at that time, we can celebrate with them in this. If the response is wavering or unsure, take note of this as well. No one hears from God perfectly because we're not Jesus. We all have room to grow in this. If they say something like, I'm not really sure, or I'll have to think about it, then maybe we missed it. If we can follow up with the person at a later date, we can get more feedback. If they flat out tell us that what was being said or that we prayed didn't resonate with them, or they just weren't healed, we shouldn't get offended. We should go back to the Lord, run through how we were hearing from Him or how we thought we were hearing from Him, and He'll help us to discern what's coming from Him and what's not coming from Him.